My Pooper Scooper business is on track to make 6 figures this year, and it's because I invested in technologies to help automate my business. And all thanks to Jobber, I'm going to deep dive into this platform and show you exactly how I use Jobber to manage my Pooper Scooper business. The first thing that I want to go through is the intake form I have on my website. Using Jobber, you have access to an intake form where you can ask qualifying questions so you can provide the most accurate quote. So in the request section, I have this intake form where the top part is just general contact information. This is default on every Jobber request. And then I start asking for details about their property. I ask for the number of dogs they have, when was the last time the yard was thoroughly cleaned up, what areas need to be scooped, check all that applies, the service requested, do they want a one-time clean, weekly, twice a week, monthly, our sanitizing service, bucket service, and pet waste stations if it's an HOA or an apartment complex. I ask them if they have a doggy door. All dogs must be secured inside before we service your yard, or we've reserved the right to decline services. This is important for me because I've been bitten before and I want to make sure that I know if I'm going into a yard that might potentially be hazardous for me and my team. Is your grass long? Is your yard covered in leaves, wood chips, or hay? Is it covered in snow? If so, please explain. I give them a free text box area so they can just type in ancillary information that's important for the service that we're going to provide. And this part is most important on my form. For recurring service, do you understand and agree that you'll be prepaying for a monthly subscription service and that you must leave a card on file for automatic billing on the first of the month? Yes, I agree. I've transitioned my business from postpay to prepay service, so if someone is submitting a request through my intake form, they're automatically agreeing that they know their bill will be charged on the first of the month. And then this part is important as well. Please tell us how you heard about Salazar Scoops. You want to start identifying and tracking all the different lead sources that you're getting for your business. Google, Facebook, Instagram, lawn signs, referrals, website banners, Bing, door hangers, other. I want to make sure that if I'm investing my energy in a specific media, that I'm actually getting a return on that investment. And the only way to do that is by asking people where they heard about your business. And then a referred by section for my referral program. And if they have a promotional code, they can just enter it there and then I'll apply it on the quote. You can also set up visit reminder emails and texts for your customers so they're just constantly in communication with you throughout the customer journey. If you go to emails and text messages, I'm going to show you two of the sections. Quote follow-up, depending on the level of Jobber that you have, you get automatic quote follow-up messages that you send out to your customers if you send out the quote and they haven't approved it yet. I send out a quote follow-up 2 days after the quote was sent and then 6 days after the quote was sent. And then the visit reminders are essentially the reminder saying, hey, we're on the way. So my visit reminders, I have one that's set the day before the appointment and they receive it by email at 11 a.m. and then a reminder the same date as the appointment by text message at 8 in the morning. The email that they get, just a friendly reminder of your upcoming appointment. The person assigned to the visit will be this person. Our routes are from sunrise to sunset and you'll be notified via text 30-60 minutes prior to our arrival. And then the same date of the visit, this is their reminder text. Hi, your appointment with Salazar Scoops is today. You will receive a text 30-60 minutes before we arrive. If you have any questions, please call us at this number. So once your request is filled in, you get to convert that request into a quote. And the quote process is very simple. You have all the information from the request that was submitted. I'm going to start creating a quote for this user. You put in a title, initial scooping appointment, and then you start selecting the services that you want to quote them for. This is going to be an initial cleaning. They also have one dog. I like providing my terms of service directly in the quote. So by using our service, you agree to be bound by these terms, and then it has a link to my terms of service. And then from here, depending on what level of jobber you have, you get access to optional line items as well. So as an optional line item, I like using my sanitizing treatment. You can set this as optional. So what that means is this will appear on the quote, but it's not selected. So the user will have to manually select this service for you to do it. Or you can do a recommended item. So it's the opposite of that. This item will automatically be selected on the quote, and if they don't want the service, they'll have to manually uncheck the box when they're looking at the quote. So right now the subtotal is $85.99. I always request a 50% deposit for the quote. And then this client message section, this client message is an area that shows up underneath the quote. This is visible on the customer's end, and I like putting important information in this area. So I have a canned response here. Hi there, deposit is required to be added on the schedule. This quote includes a prorated monthly price in May for the full amount and will be automatically invoiced and charged on the first of the next month. Also access your customer portal via the customer portal link on salzarsoups.com. You actually have the ability to embed a customer portal link on your website. If I just quickly go to my website, salzarsoups.com, I have a customer portal section, and when they click it, I'm already in the customer portal, but it'll give them the ability to put in their username, and then they'll get a magic link where it'll show them all the requests they submitted, the quotes that got sent out, all of their appointments that's been scheduled, and all of their invoices. I like telling my customers about the customer portal so they can proactively go into their account and see everything. They can also add their credit card through the customer portal. So once this is all done, all you do is you click send as an email, and then that's it. The quote has been sent out. It's awaiting a response. Once that quote has been approved, we convert that quote into a job. So I'm going to approve this quote, and the customer would approve it by paying that 50% deposit plus leaving their card on file within the deposit process. Now that this quote is approved, I'm going to convert this quote into a job. And as a job, you can select either a one-off job for your one-time appointment, or you can do a recurring job if you want to get them on a recurring schedule. So I'm going to set this as a one-time job. I'm going to set it to Friday. I'm not going to put a start time because I no longer offer time frames when I'm going to service a customer's property. Like, it's just not scalable at the size that I'm at right now. But we tell customers you will receive a text from us 30 to 60 minutes before we arrive. So at least customers know that they have enough time to put their dogs inside. You want to assign a team member to the job. And because you're setting a one-time job, you want to remind yourself to invoice when you close the job. And then everything that you added from the quote is added here. And then all you do is click save and then you email the booking confirmation. Once that job is closed, so we can pretend we completed the job on Friday, we're going to close the job. And then once you close the job, you'll have to invoice for the job. So you generate an invoice, and here would be the invoice of the work that you did along with the deposit that they paid, and then you would just send it as an email to that customer and they'll have to pay. So outside of the whole life cycle of what Jobber goes through to assign work out, I love using the notes feature within each account to document important information that each person needs for that property. Last week I went to a conference and I needed to onboard people to help me service all of these customers because Ashley and I, we physically weren't here in the state to service these customers. So we went through all of our customers and we started adding notes for each specific person. In the notes section, I like putting the areas of where it needs to be scooped, some important information. Dogs do need to be inside, so knock on the door if they are not. You can also put the combination of gate codes in there. I like also putting the side of the house where the gate is, so you know exactly where to walk through to access the backyard. And you can also add attachments to your notes. So every tech moving forward, they'll have a picture right in the customer account where they know, oh, this is exactly where I need to be. And it just helps standardize a lot of the work that my team needs to do. It ensures that everyone knows exactly what needs to be done. And for this customer, for example, like she has a weird spelling name, so we also wrote down how to pronounce her name. You have the ability to add tags to your customers. Tags are unique identifiers that helps you put your customers in essentially groups of specific characteristics that you want to group them by. So I have a bunch of different tags that I've created: banned, commercial, don't email, moved, no review. Other than the commercial one, these are negative tags where I don't ever want to work with this person again. Commercial, these are my commercial accounts that I have their information on Jobber. Recurring clients, too far, and upcoming clients. So I have all of these tags that I use to differentiate between my customer list. So if I want to highlight all the people who are my recurring customers, if you're using tags, you can use the recurring clients tag, and it shows the 156 clients that I have that all are associated with this recurring client tag. Another way that you can find your recurring versus your one-time appointments is if you go into the job section, you can filter by active jobs, and then your job type, you have the filter between one-off jobs and recurring jobs. So here it shows me I have 155 recurring jobs that I'm currently servicing with my Poopa Scooper business. So going back to tags, tags are so important because of the new marketing tool that Jobber released. So if you go to the marketing section, you can create email campaigns that get sent out to your customers, and who receives the emails are determined by the tags that you select. So let's do re-engage past clients. Win back the hearts of your valued customers who haven't booked work with you in a while. We're going to use a template that they have. And then the section that you get to is select a client segment. You can either send an email to all your clients, but if you had clients that you don't want to work with, or if you want to target a specific group of people, you wouldn't want to use all clients, clients with upcoming visits, or past clients, clients with last jobs completed more than 12 months ago with no upcoming jobs scheduled. I have 130 of those clients that I can send an email blast to. You can click this segment, and I clicked the edit button, and then you can click edit criteria. So here you can change parameters of when the last job was completed more than 12 months ago. Let's try to change this to 6 months ago because I want to work with people who I haven't worked with in the last 6 months. So this went to 151 clients. And now I want to make sure I don't contact the people who are on my naughty list. I have client tags, does not contain banned. Client tags does not contain don't email. Moved. Too far. We were at 151, this dropped it to 131. So now that I selected the people that I don't want to email, update the client segment, and then you can continue with your content. And here you have your template. You can create a subject line. We want to scoop your dog poop. Are you tired of scooping dog poop? And then your message body, this is where you would put whatever ad copy you think will be most effective with this specific audience. Then you can add a button to the form. You can either send it to your request form that I talked about earlier today, or you can send them to an external link, like to your own website. Sign me up today. You can change the verbiage of the button as well as the color of the button. review campaign. This is the next step. I'm not going to send because this is not an email that I want to send out to my customer list, but you can see it'll ask you to confirm the number of customers that you're sending out. If you haven't sent out an email marketing campaign yet through Jobber, there will be a section for you to verify your email address, and you get to set your reply to, and then you'll have to select I confirm that I have permission to email these clients, because there are anti-spam laws out there where you can't communicate with people unless they've given you that explicit confirmation. And if I go back into my intake form for a quick second, if you go to this intake form on Jobber that Jobber provides, it specifically says, by providing your phone number, you agree to receive text messages from sales or scoops. You can unsubscribe at any time. So this is the coverage that you get, so people aren't reporting you for spam, because they're explicitly agreeing that they will receive messages from your business if they submit to this request. But that's how you would send out a marketing campaign through Jobber. If you want to take your business to the next level and you want to automate everything, you want to take your Pooper Scooper business to 6 figures just like me, make sure you try out Jobber at poopscoopsfornoobs.com/jobber. You'll get yourself a free 14-day trial plus my exclusive discount, and I'll send you my Jobber cheat sheet for Pooper Scoopers. It has all of my configurations, all of my settings, everything that I've used with Jobber to help you get set up as fast as possible. And if you want to learn even more things about managing a Pooper Scooper business, click this video. And I'll see you on the next scoop. And as always, acknowledge the now. Bye.